Here are, in my opinion, some of the turn-based RPGs that come closest to, or share something in common with, Atlus's iconic Persona series. I've noticed that many online lists tend to be either incomplete or off the mark. Fans of Persona, a series that, in my view, helped define the modern JRPG, often end up looking for similar experiences and getting a bit lost along the way. So here is my look at most notable modern RPGs that carry that DNA, each reimagining what life sim meets dungeon crawl can be. Let's start after the intro. Bloomtown, a different story, takes the small town setting and wraps it in 1960s Americana rather than Shibuya neon. During the day, you bond with friends, explore the suburbs and uncover secrets. By night, you dive into monster-filled nightmares that mirror the town's anxieties. Its turn-based combat mixes classic JRPG flow with creature collecting, making every fight a reflection of the relationships you've built. It feels like a warm yet unsettling cousin to Persona 4. It was launched on September 24, 2024 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch.
It's a story about a world very different from ours.
'Tis a world where all people are equal and no conflict exists.
Then comes Metaphor, ReFantazio, Atlus's own spiritual successor. Set in a high fantasy kingdom instead of modern Japan, it retains the familiar rhythm of days, relationships, and psychological archetypes while replacing personas with archetypes, reflections of personal virtues. Its hybrid combat blends real-time movement and turn-based combat, pushing the formula toward a grand adventure that's less about teenage angst and more about universal myth.
And I shall provide.
The key shift is scale. Where Persona narrows focus to a school year, Metaphor stretches the calendar across a mobile kingdom, tying upgrades and party synergy to exploration choices and social progress across cultures. The result is a loop that still rewards planning your time, but asks you to think about travel routes, camp interactions, and how your archetype mix opens tactical options once the fight starts.
That make us who we are.
There was a plot in his life.
Released October 11, 2024 on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, PC and later joined Game Pass in May 2025.
You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Varlet from Furyu, Monark and Akuria, it's one of the most recent games in this list and stays closer to the high school drama but twisted through a glitching digital otherworld. Players attend classes, build bonds and fight entities born from distorted emotions. The battle system unfolds on a tactical timeline, rewarding coordination and relationship synergy, a clear echo of Persona's cooperative strikes but dressed in a more experimental tone. Its best moves live in the downtime. Hangouts and after-school events drip small bonuses that matter when the timeline compresses, letting you pre-wire a plan before a boss surges across multiple turns. It launched globally on August 27, 2025 on PS5, Switch and PC. Monark also takes place inside an academy, though one consumed by madness rather than routine. Each student's ego manifests as power, and the protagonist must navigate moral choices while controlling allies in semi-grid-based, turn-based battles. It's rough around the edges, but its obsession with identity and scene makes it one of the few games to dig as deeply into the psychological side of the Persona mythos. What lands is the risk-reward loop. Abilities tied to ego push you to flirt with overextension, strong bursts now at the cost of instability later. Social scenes focus less on comfort and more on pressure points, so the payoff isn't just higher bond equals stronger link, but a set of tools that reflect how characters cope. It's a sharper, sometimes abrasive take on the same questions Persona asks more suavely. It was released in the West in February 2022 on PS4, PS5, Switch, PC.
Long ago, the divine Seros received a revelation from the goddess, a gift to help guide the lost. Now, the goddess watches over Fodlan.
When Fire Emblem Three Houses arrived, it surprised many by adapting a calendar and monastery life sim to a pure tactical format. Every month, you balance lessons, training, and conversations before deploying your class into turn-based warfare. The support bonds not only shape dialogue, but directly improve battlefield coordination, showing how the social link idea can thrive even in a long-running strategy series. The strength here is the predictability you can plan around. Lectures map to stat growth, chores nudge affinities, and tea times turn into extra actions, small gains that add up when a late map gambit needs higher reliability. It's less about urban routine and more about mentorship, but the same Persona impulse applies. Invest in people today to widen your tactical margin tomorrow. It's a 2019 Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. No, I wish I could stay here and cherish all.
Do you dare to walk this path with me? One misstep and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never! I will return here someday, my teacher. Promise me that you won't forget me.
The Caligula effect and its sequel dive into virtual reality escapism. Set in Mobius, a simulated school world created by a digital idol, you befriend dozens of NPCs through the massive causality link system while fighting distorted classmates in predictive turn-based battles. Thematically, it's one of the closest experiences to Persona 3 and 4, focusing on isolation, delusion, and the cost of living in false happiness. Its combat twist lets you preview turn outcomes, then braid abilities into a timeline that feels like arranging a music track. Social ties are more systemic than intimate. You're mapping a web rather than deepening a handful of confidants, but that breadth suits the theme. You're not just saving friends, you're tugging at a whole simulation's threads to see what unravels. Overdose and 2 are available on PC, PlayStation and Switch. Falcom's The Legend of Heroes. Trails of Cold Steel brings the school year rhythm to a grand political epic. Between field studies and exams, you choose how to spend your free days, deepening ties that unlock joint attacks in its meticulous turn-based system. It's less stylized but far richer in world building, proving the model can support long-form storytelling without losing its intimacy. Because the saga stretches across multiple entries, the social payoffs compound. Bonds shift into advanced link crafts and contextual bonuses, while story arcs echo choices made semesters ago. The cadence is calmer than Persona's urban sprint, yet it rewards the same discipline. Plan your calendar, invest in your squad, and the hardest encounters start to look manageable.
Great potential within them.
The series spans PlayStation, PC, and later Switch ports.
Your end is sure.
The 100-line Last Defense Academy may become the next major reinterpretation. Set in a school under siege, players live through a fixed 100-day countdown. Every free time choice matters. Every bond form changes who survives. It's grid-based tactical battles tied directly to social progress, fusing structure and emotion in a way few titles attempt. The countdown is the hook. You're not just optimizing a build, you're triaging a crisis where lost time stings. Short, focused interactions translate into concrete upgrades for specific missions, so the loop feels sharper and more fatalistic than a typical semester. It launched on April 24th, 2025 on Switch and PC.
Their mission is to defend the school from hostile student enemies for 100 days. An academy shrouded in secrecy. And the unavoidable loss of allies. Can Takumi survive this 100-day trial, colored by extreme and despair, and return to his normal life? The creators of Danganronpa present the 100-line Last Defense Academy, launching on Nintendo Switch early next year.
Humanity has fought the long defeat. Space offered us renewed hope.
Last one on my list of Persona-like JRPGs is Loop 8 Summer of Gods, which captures the feeling of fleeting youth and regret. Trapped in a looping August, you relive the same month to strengthen friendships and confront corrupted versions of people you care about. The turn-based combat uses emotion-driven decisions, and your relationships determine how allies behave, a literalization of the bond as mechanic idea that Persona helped define.
Life means choices, and you can never avoid making ones that you...
Each structure turns repetition into authorship, each loop edits the month's rhythm, new routes open, different scenes surface, and battles shift as characters respond to who you've become.
I don't understand what my sight truly is, but if it's really part of...
It can be uneven, but when it clicks, the loop makes small choices feel heavy, as if the calendar itself remembers.
You chose me.
It was released on June 6, 2023 on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC. The Persona blueprint may have started in Shibuya, but it has clearly found new homes across worlds, timelines, and genres. Now let me know what you think about these games in the comments below. Wish you the best.